Hey guys, real quickly before I start today's video, I just want to clarify something here about yesterday's video. I'm not bad-mouthing all of 3M. What I'm bad-mouthing is their marketing to their more expensive filters, the ones that will kill your furnace. Now, those are the ones they primarily market, so I'm going to throw 3M into the whole mix there on their filters. They need to let people know that those allergy type filters, those high MERV rating filters, are not good for your system. Most systems cannot handle that restrictive of a filter. So people don't understand that. The consumers don't understand that, and they get sucked into buying these things that are detrimental to their HVAC system and end up costing them a lot of money. So I just wanted to clear that up real quick. Let's get on to the video. Good morning, guys. Seton HVAC here. It is July 26th, 2024. A beautiful F-it Friday. Got a pretty light day today. I'm going to try to keep these intros shorter too, because I don't want to bore you for like 5 minutes like I do on some of them. I just got a quick sales call this morning. Just a single zone mini in a master bedroom, so I'm not going to bore you with any of that. I'm going to go do that. I got to stop by the bank, and then I'm going to go home and show you my my home system. I got to do some work on it anyway because I installed it. It's a Bosch heat pump that I installed when the conditions weren't ideal. So I just want to double check my pressures and everything, make sure the subcooling's good on it. I probably need to change the filter, clean out the trap, etc. And I'll show you the layout of the system. It's pretty cool. It's made my house very comfortable. So I'm gonna go take care of the sales call. I'll see you back at home. Okay guys, here's my home system. Now keep in mind this is my home system, so there's a couple things that aren't done on it yet, like some of the insulating up in the real tight spots. But I'll get to it. But just want to kind of give you an overall view of what I got here. So right there is my bypass, which actually never opens. I could probably take it off of this Bosch system, but leave it on just as insurance. You know, I don't want to tax the blower. So then I have a rectangular zone damper here that shoots down into the downstairs. So I believe it's a 20 by 20, but don't hold me to that. But that does the downstairs. And then this one here that's coming off the side is a 16-inch zone damper, if I can think here, that goes to the upstairs. So like I said, with one, I've tested it with one damper open and one closed, and checking the static. It never opens up this at 0.5, so my static is staying under 0.5. As you can see, I got other stuff that's not tied in, like this secondary. I mean, it's my house, so I'll tie it in when I get to it. But the drain's all done. Looks like I could clean some of the sediment out of that, so I'll get to cleaning that. Let's go over here to the zone panel. Get the shovel out of the way. So on these zone panels, it's pretty cool, and I used my label maker and labeled some zone 1's downstairs, zone 2 is upstairs, just how I wired it. But you can see whenever something's illuminated green, that means it's open. I leave my fan running continuously all the time, so fan's always on and those dampers are open. Now, if one of them goes into heat or cool, it will close the other damper. It'll still show fan, but it'll only show one stage of heat or one stage of cool per zone. It will not go into second stage unless both zones are open. Real nice feature of these zone panels. And let me show you the thermostats that have made it up to this. You're going to kind of laugh if you know how much I don't like these thermostats, but they work really well in conjunction with the Honeywell because I can do wireless. And I really like the Honeywell zoning. So let me go show you those. I got the old Vision Pro. Yep, I got one upstairs and one downstairs. It is what it is. I haven't had any trouble with mine, so I'm going to keep them on there. If they conk out on me, I'll put Prestige stats up. But the downstairs one is wireless, so I can't do that. You can't do wireless with the Prestige, so I'd have to figure something else out there. And there's no way I can get a wire down there. So if you're wondering what that is, that's my Davis weather station. I kind of follow the weather stuff too. It's a little bit of a hobby of mine as well. But yeah, I got the same thermostat down here. Now let me show you something really cool here in a second. Hold on one sec. So I went ahead and made it up. This is also a red linked part of the system, so it's wireless, but I can control everything from this. So I can just bring this everywhere with me or leave it in the the living room. But it'll control, so it's got master bed. That's where the other thermostat is, downstairs. And then the upstairs one, I didn't name it. It's just thermostat. But you can control everything, your heat, cool off, your settings, whether you want to hold or do schedule. I do a permanent hold all the time on my temps. With heat pumps, I'm a big proponent of not having setbacks. Find a temperature you're comfortable with. Now I understand that some people want to sleep cooler, etc. But we do just fine keeping it the same, and my wife doesn't complain too much. So let's go outside and I'll show you the heat pump. All right, guys, there she sits in all her glory. It's the Bosch M20. It's a 3-ton. Probably only runs around 2 tons most of the time. See that model number there? BOVA 36 HDN1-M20G. Like I said, I installed this system at a time when the temperatures weren't right. So what I'm going to do is go inside and probably check the filter, clean that trap out, and then we'll run this thing, get it up to 100%, and I'm going to double check the pressures on it. And there's a chart in the manual that'll tell you what it needs to be. So let's do that, because I have ideal conditions now. And then of course I have the surge protector on the disconnect, which you should have on any inverter driven system. I mean, really any system for that matter. So yeah, there she sits. I install the same stuff at my own home that I install at customers' homes, which is what everybody should do. Let's go inside and check that filter. All right, so I have the 4-inch Honeywell. It's a 20 by 20 by 4 or 5, I guess they call it. But I'll show you the cheap filters that I buy to put in here that are replacements, so you're not paying for the Honeywell name. But let's pull this out, and you'll see what I got in there. It's actually a 20 by 20 by 5. So I replaced it, what was that? May 16th. So we've been about a little over 2 months, and we have lots of pets and lots of dust, so she's dirty. We're gonna go ahead and put a fresh one in here. They say these will last 6 to 12 months, but this is real life here. And let me show you the brand of this. This is actually not the same brand as oh yeah, it is. It's Filter By. It's a Filter By MERV 8, 20 by 20 by 5. Go on Amazon and get these, and don't get a filtrate, that's for sure. And you should always date your filters when you put them in, so you know when they were put in, and then kind of gauge by that how often you want to do your filter changes. But that's a real filter right there. Do not put in those stupid filtrate 3M filters. Let's get the fresh one in. Okay, new filter in. 72624. It's a beautiful thing. Taking care of my own system. Who'd have thunk it, huh? And then these doors just got that little tongue on the end that goes in a little groove. Then the other side just snaps in with a magnet. So that's how you do them. Like I said, this is my system, so this isn't it. This should be insulated. It's just sealed off. I'll get to this stuff at some point. I get busy. So I always put the filter dryers on the inside if I can. It's my own house, so I don't care. The manufacturer says put them as close to your evaporator coil as possible, so that's what I did. Secondary, this is just dry fitted on there if I ever need to clean that out or clean that thing out. It's got a little door that goes on there anyway. I'll get that wired in some point. Let's grab this trap and clean that guy. Sorry guys, I meant let's grab this brush and clean the trap. So it's pretty cool, this little brush that comes with them. You just shove that down in there and it fits the contours of the trap, and you just push everything out of there. And always push towards your exit of your drain. See how that goes through there? And that should get all the sediment out of there. So now we got dirty water, but that, as it produces condensation, I just have the fan on right now. That'll clear out, and you know, all that back sediment that was in there will be out of there. So let's fire up the AC on all cylinders, both zones, and get her up to 100%, and then we'll throw some gauges on it. Okay guys, I just wanted to show you this. So these zone panels actually have, so you can toggle between home, config, and checkout. So if you go into checkout, you can actually go and force it into what you want. So we want test cool, and we want second stage, and that'll put it, it'll keep it in there. I think it's 20 minutes. I'm not sure on these. Or maybe it's until you take it out, but that's cool. So we'll be at 100% here. Probably, I don't know, it takes probably 15 to 20 minutes. We'll throw the gauges on it and see what's happening. Okay guys, so the only mode approved for validating system charge as well as in cooling force mode. So the force mode is just a button that's on the circuit board, which is, oh, where's that button at? It's over here. You don't want to ever get your hands too close to these when they're live, but you can push that force button right there. It's the one on the far right there, and that will just short push it, I think. Let me figure that out and I'll get back on camera. But anyway, outdoor temperature must be between 55 and 120, indoor temperature between 70 and 80, no problem there. And then we need to get a reading of our outdoor temperature, and then we'll check the subcooling. And let's see, next page, I think. I'll tell you what subcooling we need. Yeah, so that chart is right here, final subcooling. And we'll go off that one right there. So I think I'd have a better setup around my own system, but yeah, so it gives you a subcooling chart and it gives you a final superheat. So we'll cross-reference both of those. Let's get this thing into force mode, let it ramp up, and then we'll get all these numbers and I'll show you how we do that. Okay guys, see that little T over there? That means it's a sideways T. That means test mode. Now we just got to wait for her to ramp up fully. And I got both thermostats down to 62, so she'll stay on. I believe it does in test mode anyway. I do them like this all the time, but normally I come out and it's been running for a while. So let's let it run, and we'll check. You can see our pressures are already getting better. It's pretty mild right now, so I would expect probably 325 to 350, and then I think that's going to level off probably in the low 100s. Let's see where they end up. Okay, we're still letting it run, but I want to show you this. So 24 or 36K units with a non-adjustable TXV. Hopefully you can see that. We want to have between 7 and 10 superheat and 8 subcool plus or minus 2 degrees. I'm still letting it stabilize, but let's see where we're at when I come back. About 15 minutes for me. Okay guys, I drew a little line here at the 8 subcool. So we're about 82 degrees. Actually, no, that's not our outdoor temperature. It doesn't care about outdoor temperature, but we're within the specs of what it wants for indoor outdoor temp. So we're at liquid line temp. Let's go take a look at that. We're at 84.5, so that puts us right about 85. So we want to be about 287 or so on our liquid. We're at 292 with 9 degrees subcool. It's been running for about half an hour now. I'm very happy with it. I just weighed it in originally, and it's pretty much right on the ball. So I like it. Superheat's a little high, but we're pretty warm in the house. I let it warm up today, son. So you know, it was up to like 74. So yeah, on these warm days, you're gonna have a little higher superheat, and that's going to vary. We really want to charge just by the subcooling, which is right on the money for what I like to see. So let me see, I got my temp clamps over here. Little tech tip: when you insulate your suction line outside, leave yourself a gap like that, so you get somewhere to put your temp clamp just past it. That's what I usually do on mine. Obviously, the liquid line doesn't matter, but yeah, test mode, everything's good to go. I'm going to button this up and see if there's anything else I can toy with on my system. I like what I'm seeing. To be honest, I kind of half-assed it when I did it, so you know, it's my own system. But yeah, I like it. Let's see what other trouble we can get into. Okay, I got the heat pump put back together. Last thing I'm going to do is just get some temps, make sure we're good there. I'm sure we are, based on the pressures and temperature readings, subcooling and whatnot. But we are at, look at my grill, by the way. Yes, I'm going to clean that today. And then, of course, the dust up above. This up here, the cats like to go up there. We never look up there, but that needs to be clean. It's kind of gross. But we are at 74.6. I don't know if you can see that. 74.6. So let's go check out the supply. Supply is 55 degrees. I'll take that every day and on Sunday. I like it. No wonder my house is so comfy. I really love these Bosch systems. They're awesome. I've never had any issues with them, regardless of what some of the other tradesmen will say. It's probably because they don't sell them, but I love them. I think they're great. All right, guys, so in closing, my system's in pretty good shape. I don't see any major issues. I'm happy with the numbers that I got and everything. I was going to bore you with my mini split that's right up here. Let me flip this around. Yes, you can see I'm a big Seahawks fan, of course. But I'm going to show you, maybe I'll show you some other day how I do the maintenance on these, and I'll show you the outdoor unit. Actually, let's walk around. I'll show that to you. Sorry, the dog was trying to sneak out. So over here is the single zone Mitsubishi Hyperheat. Looks like it's running. It's not. I don't run it this time of the day, only if I'm working in there. And it's the MEZ GS24. The inside's the MSZ GS24. Same ones I install for customers. So some other day I'll show you guys how I maintenance this. So maybe I'll clean the coils and everything too. You got to pull that grill off and pull the fan out of there, the fan blades out of there. So, but we'll do that some other day. Hope you enjoyed me showing you my home system, at least half of it anyway. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I'll be out on site on that 3-zone Mitsubishi.